Sky Thoroughbred Central on a terrific Thursday afternoon. It's more Cup Day. Rocky, and here at Hawkesbury, we're up to race number 6 on a picture-perfect spring day. It's been beautiful weather throughout the day. And the 6th, 1,000-metre Class 2. Not a bad race, this one. First one we have a look at, Shani, is Spin Bowls, and this pretty competitive race. Geez, an honest type, this 5-year-old. Rarely runs a bad race, and freshened up since that win at Gosford back in late May.
Yeah, look, it took him a while to get that maiden win on the board, but I think going out after that win should give him plenty of confidence coming back here first up. He's had a trial, he's had a few jump outs in between. He's definitely forward enough. He's got the earmarks on, obviously they come off, but for him, he's actually parading really well. He can get quite worked up and sweat up quite bad, but today he's really relaxed, so that's probably a really good sign for him. Maybe he's maturing.
Indeed. Number 2, Cyclonite for Scott Singleton and Christian Reith. Tongue Tie comes off today for his first run since May, and there's been some money for this horse, fresh, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, I like this horse. He won 2 races as a 2-year-old. His last win was in a 2-year-old race at Bathurst. That was back in April, and he blew them away. He won by 3.5 lengths. Then went to Rose Hill in a quite a handy race there, and he had a few excuses, and he went out after that. He resumes no official trial to go by, but just looking at him, he's definitely done enough work at home. He's just starting to get a little bit worked up now. He was quite relaxed earlier on.
Number 3 is American Salute, just walking past us now. This 4-year-old has been gelded since we last saw him. Maddie Smith has him. Rebecca pressed to do the riding.
You can see why they gelded him, because he's a ball of muscle. He would have been a real heavy colt. He won his first start at Nara. That was a maiden over the 1100, and then they took him to a Class 1 where he was beaten about 4 lengths over the 1200 there. They sent him out after that. He's had a solid 12 months off the scene. He'll definitely improve off whatever he does here today. As I said, he's a real nuggety, burly type of horse. Doesn't have a lot of height about him, but yeah, he'll definitely strip fitter here.
For Sarge is trained by Brett Kavanagh, ridden by Brenton Abdallah. Had a nice race at Kembla Grange a couple of months ago, Shani, and I noticed they put the blinkers on today.
Yeah, blinkers for the first time in a stable change there. Now, she won a maiden by a nose over the 1,000 back in July and hasn't really done anything in the next 2 runs. She's been on her toes from the moment she's walked in. Obviously, she's quite a highly strung filly, but she looks good. I didn't have her in the numbers, but just after the parade, I'm quite taken by her, so I'll pop her in the first top 4.
Okay, number 5, I Am Impressed for Nick Mitchell and Jean Van Overmeer.
First run here for Nick, formerly with Mark Smith, so now he's a 7-year-old. 2 starts ago, he finished second in a Class 2 over the 1280 at Muswellbrook, and then he went to a highway race where he bumped into Highway 66. He was well down the track there. He settled right back and just couldn't make up the ground.
6, Princess Snowy for Damien Lane and Alana Skerra has shown some ability.
Look, this horse has raced fresh before, carries no weight, does resume with no trial, however.
7 is Canny Az for Tara and Philippe Vigero and Winona Costa, Muswellbrook winner earlier this year. His
first up run there was quite good. He settled just in behind them, got out with plenty of time and worked to the line all right. His second up record is pretty good. He's had 3 goes for 2 minor placings. Last preparation, he did put a Class 1 maiden on the Class 1 at Muswellbrook, I should say, not a maiden.
Number 8, Usainly for Nick Mitchell and Jay Ford.
He was beaten 4 lengths over the 900 last time out. His run prior to that wasn't too bad when he was beaten at 1.2 over the 900 in a 55 race.
9, Edenvale for Mark de Montfort and Grant Buckley, a Mudgee winner a few months ago, but form just tapered off a little bit since
then. He got that maiden win out of the way over the 1200 and hasn't really gone on with it since, so I would like to see improvement from him. He's down in the weights with a good draw.
And number 10 is Time Stalker. It's going to go round to Big Odds. Dean Jackson, Robbie Donald.
Blinkers again, winkers off. It's a 3-kilo claim. I don't know if Robbie actually even claims too much of that, but failed to finish last time out at Cessnock. That was back in July. Has had his trial since.
All right, in terms of the betting, we're going to see a very competitive race. American Salute, the easing favourite. Which way are you going to go, Shani?
I did change my numbers actually when I saw a couple of these in the yard. I've gone 1, 2, 4, 3. Spin Bowls on top. Really happy with the way he's parading. He hasn't got too above himself, which he can do. Cyclonite looked fantastic. The 4 in Sarge, I've put her in because I thought she paraded well on American Salute. He'll take plenty of improvement. I just couldn't tip him first up. With 12 months off the scene. So 1, 2, 4 and 3. I had Kenny Az in, but I have dropped him.
Okay, Spin Bowls, very honest type here for Mitch and Des Carney. Des is kind enough to join us. First up since May, Des, how's he spelled?
No, he's spelled really well. He's come back in great order, trialled really well, and hasn't done anything to disappoint us up leading up to today. So we're quite confident that he'll run really well today.
He's a very honest type, isn't he? He just hasn't run a bad race, and he really deserved that win at Gosford at the end of his preparation last time.
Yeah, he did. He gave us no reason to keep going with him. He earned his keep, so we sipped him out while he was in good form, and hopefully we can keep that going with him this time in.
Barrier 1 today. What's the option there with Josh?
I think he would just go forward and try and sort of not go too hard too early, and try and save some to finish off with.
Okay, and what about Artisan? I want to ask you about this horse in race number 7. He's I don't think you've had him for too long, but he has got some good Victorian form.
Yep, he's been in the stable for a couple of weeks now. Settled in really well. He's a lovely horse. He's a really, really nice horse to do anything with, to ride. Been working well leading up to today, and I'm quite confident that he should run really well, all providing that he sort of goes all right Sydney way.
Good luck with both of them.
Thank you.
Okay. There's Desiree Carney with a couple of nice chances in the later races today. Spin Bowls. Bit of time for this horse. Really like his his attitude and his consistency, and you always know what you're going to get with him, Shani.
Yeah, you do. And look, I did say that it took him a while to get that maiden out of the way, but he did do it in nice style there. He's been here at this track on 4 occasions and placed on three of them. So I was just happy with the way he paraded, actually. He can get quite worked up, and he was really handling it quite nicely today. The sun's out. It's not a hot day by any means. It's starting to warm up in the sun, however, but yeah, it was a good improvement from him. So maybe, as a 5-year-old, he's finally worked out what it's all about. So, and the stable's confident, so that gave me enough confidence to tip him.
Yeah, exactly. Mitch and Des Carney doing a good job with their horses, aren't they? Only a smallish team, but they have a bit of success.
They do, yeah, and I noticed they are getting a lot of new horses in the stable, so that's what you want when you're a small stable just kicking off. They haven't been training all that long.
No, as a partnership, that's right.
Well, Mitch only started a few years ago, and
exactly.
then Des come on board, and they're getting the job done, and
success
they do
begets
well.
Success begets success, as they say.
It does.
Absolutely.
It's hard work, but
yeah, exactly. But it has its dividends, I'm sure, when they start to win. Number 3, American Salute's got out a bit in the betting from $3 out to $3.90, so continuing to drift here. Spin Bowls has been firming up. It was $5 this morning into $4.40 now. Did touch $4.20 about a quarter of an hour ago. 2 Cyclonite, as I mentioned in the parade yard, it's been backed $7.50 now into $5. So it's turned up another half point in the last 5 minutes or so. 7 is Canny As, $4.60, just out to $5 now after touching $4.20, so it's also been reasonably solid. 4 is Sarge has been $8 into $6.50, money for it today with the blinkers on. And 6 Princess Snowy, 9 out to $12. Eden Vale's been $19, came into 15 out to 19. Good betting race, this one.
it is actually. It's not a bad little. Well, a lot of these horses aren't probably real Class 2 horses, but it's an open race, and the betting's suggesting that.
Where do you see the speed, Shani, in the race?
There's quite a lot of speed.
There is.
Spin Bowls, well, he usually leads them up, but that has been over the 12, 13, 1400 that he's led them up there. So he's drawn the inside. I assume he either leads or box seats.
Probably, yeah.
There's a lot of horses here that
A few drawn out wide, though, aren't there?
There's a fair bit of speed coming from the outside. Yeah, so
Sarge.
it'll be interesting.
Exactly. So the easing favourite here certainly is American Salute, as we see good money for Spin Bowls, and also some good money at a bit of odds here for 1 or 2 others in the race. So Jules had some support on the tab fixed odds as well. And Cyclonite, it continues to firm up. NOP, it's been 7 into 460 and continuing to firm up now on the tab fixed odds board as well. Number 2 into 440, it's now second favourite. Cyclonite and Spin Bowls the best back. Only a couple of loaded who's worked for race 6.
It's Canny As. It's a Class 2 over the 1,000 metres, and American Salute looks like being one of the last forward as they push you sanely up into the gates. They've won that battle, and American Salute will be the final runner. Spin Bowls the inside, Eden Val standing up well. Time Stalker Usainly as Canny As Princess Snowy. Usainly maybe not quite right. They're still grouping behind its barrier and trying to get that gate shut. They've done that now. American Salute completes the line, and they're set for race 6. All in now. They're off. American Salute from the outside seem to get away cleanly, but will take a trail. Good speed from Princess Snowy. Suo Jure is showing pace. Cyclonite going quickly up on the outside. Cyclonite speeding over, is looking for the lead from Princess Snowy. Suo Jure as Caniaz is fourth. They're going quickly in this. Then American Salute in a strung outfield. Usain Lee, Eden Vale, well backed. I'm Impressed, Spin Bowls, and Time Stalker is last. They're flying. 12 lengths top end of tail around the turn, and Cyclonite the first to see the judge from Suo Jure. Princess Snowy as Caniaz about to peel. Then Usain Lee. To the outside was American Salute with about 5 or 6 to make up. Then I Am Impressed. Down below the 200, Cyclonite still the leader out in front from Suo Jure. Spin Bowls is up the inside. 100 to go. Cyclonite nicely clear of a wall of horses. Cyclonite's going to run them into the ground fresh. Cyclonite by 2 has won from a photo as Caniaz. American Salute, Spin Bowls ran fourth. Then Suo Jure, Eden Vale, I'm Impressed, Usain Lee. Behind those runners was Princess Snowy and the last in Time Stalker.
Well, that's a very impressive performance from Cyclonite, landing some good bets here, this 3-year-old. He jumped straight to the lead. He had a wide draw. Christian Reith brought him across, and he set the tempo alight. And Cyclonite has continued it on. He's burnt the candle at both ends here. Impressive, wasn't he, Shani?
He flew, didn't he? He was entitled to stop, but to his credit, first up, no trial or anything. He has run them off their feet, hasn't he? It was a very impressive effort. Tongue-tie coming off. He looked great in the yard. Scott's horses always do, and yeah, wow, as Luke said, he made every post a winner there. A very impressive effort. Into second spot there's Kenny Az, has run really well. American Salute will take plenty from that. Spin Bowls, he never really looked to, he seemed to be off the bit, a long way from home, but all honours with the winner.
All honours with the winner indeed. Scott Singleton, pretty impressed with that effort.
Yeah, he's been working really sharp at home. He's, if anything, been going too quick where you think, oh, hang on, but he's about a hand bigger and just looks a different horse than he did when he was a baby, so he just needed to bring that sort of to the races, you know, so obviously he has.
Yeah, real flying machine. He jumped well. Christian was able to cross on him, and you know, he was able to finish it off well too.
Yeah, no, as I say, he's been going super. We give him a couple of jump outs and he couldn't have sort of been much more impressive, but that's him. He's a short course horse and he can run a little bit of time.
Yeah, he seems to have come back really well since the break.
Yeah, as I say, he was a tough little two-year-old. Actually had 9 runs and some trials. He got to the first trials, and I was surprised when he come back and he'd actually grown, and you don't look at him now and think, geez, you're small. He just sort of fits in, so hopefully he can go on with it a little bit.
Looks like an out-and-out sprinter, 1,000 metres. He's stepping up to 12 or something?
I don't know. Like, his 2 best runs have been that 5 furlong and a 900 at Newcastle, so I think he is just a short course horse.
Well done today.
Thank you.
Scott Singleton, Cyclonite, getting the cash in. Pretty impressive performance there. 2, 7, 3 and 1. 7's got the second as Kenny Az, over number 3 American Salute, and number 1 Spin Bowls back in 4th position. They run some time too, 57.16, as you'd expect there with that fast tempo. 33.53 the sectional, and Cyclonite has run like a bit of a cyclone today and winning the 6th race here at Hawkesbury in pretty impressive style. Let's head up to Rockhampton now. Here's Michael Nia.